Hey guys, and welcome to Pheas Airsoft, where today we're going to kick off a series of videos looking at improvements to KWAs, and today we're going to start off with the motor. So I just want to make a note on safety. Whether I'm disassembling, unboxing, chronoing, whatever it is I'm doing, I always make sure I'm in a completely safe environment. So that means most of my videos I'm always wearing eye protection just to make sure that my eyesight stays safe. Before I do that, I always make sure that there's no ammunition in any of the mags or in the gun itself. I make sure that the mags are unloaded and unwound to make sure that nothing can happen with that. Obviously, if I'm chronoing, then I've absolutely definitely got my eye protection on to protect myself. I even make sure that my batteries are removed and out of the way so that I know I'm in the safe environment. I also make sure that there's nobody else around as well either, so I'm always in a safest possible environment. If you are working with airsoft stuff, please make sure you do the same. Hi guys, and welcome back. If you do find this useful, please do like and subscribe because you'll be really helping me out. So this kicks off sort of a start of a series of videos to look at different options that you can do with your KWA brand. Obviously they're putting out a lot of different models that are effectively the same internally. And I get a lot of questions about what people can do and can't do with them and things like that. So I wanted to do a series of videos that just explore some of the possible options and some of the potential impacts. So today we're going to start off with looking at changing the motor. So the included high torque motor that's standard across all the KWAs, not just the TK45, is a pretty good motor and runs really nicely out of the box standard on its own. But what I wanted to do was have a look at the impacts, because I've got this same motor in my personal TK45 and it drastically improves performance. So hopefully, if my chrono works properly, I can do a rate of fire and I can check and I can sort of clock using a 7.4 and 11.1 batteries with the standard and the new motor. I can look at the performance that changes out of this system. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go and look at the rate of fire of this as bog standard. So this is completely standard out of the box TK45, and thanks to Benji for letting me use this. So I'll come back in a second and tell you the rate of fire on the standard motor with a 7.4 and an 11.1. Then we'll switch the motor and I'll do the same again. So I've run it through the chrono to get a rate of fire check, and using the 7.4 it was doing sort of the average was about 13 rounds per second I was getting out of it. So not terrible, but not amazing either. And then switched to the 11.1. The 11.1, obviously we've seen the rate of fire is drastically improved, and that put out 21 rounds per second was the average that was putting out after that. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to switch the motor over and we're going to do the exact same test again with the SHS high torque motor. Now there are other high torque motors, but this is the one I've got available to me today at the moment, and just to give you a comparison, it's also one that I've got in my personal TK45 and gives me good results. So back in a second. So following the chrono test, it's a drastic improvement. On the 7.4 we're now getting 17 and a half rounds per second, so that's a drastic improvement straight away, just running it on a standard 7.4 with the improved motor. On the 11.1 we're getting 29 rounds a second, which is obviously again a massive jump up again even at that higher level, and the rate of fire is just absolutely crazy on it. So for the sake of a little bit of money out of the box and just upgrading the motor, it can make a massive difference to this running. This is a look at the sound, just to hear what the rate of fire sounds like on those two batteries on the standard setup, and then we'll compare it in a second to the improved motor supposedly. So this is the 7.4, the standard battery that we use to chrono. The motor needs a little bit of adjustment, but it's slow and steady. It's not terrible, but it's not the best either, and that's on a 7.4 with stock wire and everything. So now we're on to the 11.1. Obviously we know this will be significantly better. Obviously much better trigger response and rate of fire. This is with the SHS in. I'm just going to compare the sound of it, see if it sounds any better. I have adjusted it for height, so that's definitely not where near as sluggish as it was before. It turns over a lot quicker, and we'll go full auto. That's on the 7.4, so instantly that's sounding much better. So we'll switch to the 11.1. There we go. So Single. How much crisper is that than it even was before? Full auto. Much better. So come back tomorrow when we'll be looking at other options that you can do to upgrade this. We're going to look at improving the air seals a little bit. We're going to look at the hot rubbers. We're going to look at downgrade spring options, and we're going to look at MOSFET as well in comparison of those. So please do like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.